Welcome back to Emulating Messi, where the players are starting to reach the end of their careers. Today we're going to be holidaying up to the age of 34 years old, and it's actually the penultimate update in this series. The next update will be when we've all retired. We'll actually be seeing some players retire today. I'm also planning on doing an Emulating Messi extra video today, so that'll be out in a couple of hours after this. It will actually be the last Emulating Messi extra, I think. It's probably not much point doing one after we've all retired, because we won't actually be able to see players in that much detail. As always, thank you for the support on the series. It's been a few days since the last video. Quite simply, I've been away. It was my first wedding anniversary the other day, so that's why I've not been uploading for the past few days. But we're back to business today. Once again, thank you for all the support on the series. Continue to hit the like button, that'd be much appreciated. So we're going to start today at the age of 32. We're going to do an update at the age of 33 and an update at the age of 34. That's where we will end today's part. How many players will have retired by that point? We'll find out. There's already been 2 players that have retired. Now, I'm not sure who they are. Those of you tracking certain players will be able to work it out, because you won't be able to see the player on this shortlist. But 2 players have retired in the last season, which is a shame. Early retirements, age of 31/32, they've retired, which is not unusual, but it's quite early, I would say. I'm just scrolling down the list here from top current ability down to lowest. So if there's any players you can't see, then it's quite simply they have retired. Some players have really dropped off. Other players are continuing to do very well in their 30s. We've got players like Ole Gruner is now actually bottom of the pile, 134 current ability. Quite a few players have dropped below, that 140 mark, which we had quite a few players on a plus 140 in the last part. I think everyone was, in fact. And now there's a few players that have dropped below that mark, starting to decline. But some players, Kearney, Wolf Jr., Gamble and Haraldson, still on 200 current ability at the age of 32. That's quite remarkable. Really good achievement from those guys. If you just look at the club information, you can see loads of players at Arsenal still. Quite a few players at Chelsea and Liverpool, Man City, Man United. The English clubs generally dominating. PSG and Real Madrid have a lot of players though. And Stoke still have 5 players. They're still signing quite a few players. They've done quite well on this save actually. So let's just go through the list as usual. We'll look at wages first. You can see Howardinho, Johnny Darko, the only 2 players on 400k a week. Howardinho has earned 400k a week for the past 10 years or something stupid. He is an incredibly rich man. And there's still lots of players earning over £300,000 a week. Value wise, we have dropped off now, but to be worth £43 million at the age of 32 is pretty impressive for these players. There's loads of players. Well, I mean, would you sign a 32-year-old for £30 million? You probably wouldn't on Football Manager. But then again, if it's one of these superstars, maybe you would, because they'd still be able to, even if it's just for one season, you'd get that £30 million worth back, I would say, the quality that they are. Well, world reputation wise, Stephen Wolf Jr. is the only one with 5 stars now. Peter Polly has dropped off. Caps wise, Elliot Kelsey, 176 caps for England. Can he reach 200? Now, quite a few players have retired by this point from international duty. The likes of, where is he? We'll see in a second, but there's a few players that have retired from international duty. But Kelsey still going, still being incredible. Michael Davies, the only player never to get capped on the save. He's not going to get capped now, is he? 143 current ability, he has dropped off. Now, Chris Reed, 137 goals in 125 games for Canada. And I do believe, yes, he has retired. He retired 3 years ago from international duty, so no more goals for him. But that is an incredible record. I don't think anyone can beat that. Daniel Carter has retired as well. Jack Osborne, has he retired? Let's find out. He's got 100 caps for England. Yes, he's just retired. Literally. Oh no, he hasn't retired. I'm looking at estimated return date. He hasn't retired, but he's unlikely to be able to score over 60 goals in the last couple years of his career. So I think Chris Reed is going to be the most most goals internationally out of any player. So that is some achievement. We've only got 2 players that have managed to get to 100 goals. Plenty of players with over 50 goals for their country, as you can see there. Now, all-time appearances, Stephen Wolf Jr. is still leading the way. He's led it from the start. Now, the only thing that will stop him, prevent him from getting the most all-time appearances, I guess, is if he retires before other players, or if some of these goalkeepers decide to play into their 40s. and will overtake him. So he's led the way for most of his career. But you could see a goalkeeper overtaken at some point. Someone like Kieran Burke on 728, if he plays a bit longer, he's likely to overtake him, isn't he? Brilliant achievement getting that many appearances, isn't it? Loads of players with over 700 appearances at club level. Jordi Fence is terrified, has managed to hit the 50 game barrier. He's actually moved though. It's a miracle. He signed for Houston on a free and has actually started to play games in America. So finally he is picking up some appearances, and perhaps he can have a bit of a renaissance and do really well in the latter stages of his career. Let's hope so anyway. He's got another goal as well at club level. All-time goals scored, no one's reached 500 yet, but Vestergaard's not far behind on 461. Paulo Montrero is on 426, still scoring goals. Can he get to 500? He's going to have to score another 74 goals in today's episode if he wants to hit that 500 mark today. If we just look at the past season, Chris Reed still playing so many games for Real Madrid this season. He's just he's a machine. He must be incredibly fit to be able to play that many games in a season. Goals wise, he was top scorer as well, 44 goals this season. Vestergaard 41, Paulo Montrero 38, and assist wise, Lee Gamble with 26. Not sure we've seen the Fijian out on top in this award yet, but he has managed to. Rio Couto all the way down with 12. He's dropped off in his 30s. Haraldson still getting the highest average rating, and I must say that the person that created this made a good point in the last video, that despite the fact he's got ridiculous average ratings, it shows how biased the Golden Ball and World Player of the Year award is, because it always goes to attacking players, strikers, wingers, midfielders, and the last few years in real life it has as well. Despite his average ratings, despite getting loads of assists, he's still not getting World Player of the Year that I know of. Maybe he has won it in the last year or so. We'll have a look at the end of this episode. Vestergaard, 8.1 average rating. I've not really focused on him that much, but he has been a fantastic player for club and country. I mean, goals wise for Sweden, not brilliant, but he gets a fair. No, he doesn't get that many actually for Man City. He's a creator, isn't he, with all those assists. His average rating every year has been ridiculous. Okay, so I'm going to holiday another year to the age of 33, and we'll see how the players are getting on. So the players are now 33 years old. We've still got 109 players on the list, so there's still only 2 retired players, no more casualties this season. If you spot the players that have retired, let me know in the comment section below, because I don't know the players off by heart, so I can't really spot them out myself. I might be able to if I go to... Have I retired, for example? I don't know, maybe I have. I didn't see myself in the last update, but anyway, here we are at the age of 33. We've actually now got 5 players with 200 current ability, so someone has moved up. Is it Haraldson or Chris Reed? I can't remember who had 200 last time, but I'm sure there was only 4 and now there's 5. So even at this age, it's still fluctuating a bit, which is amazing. If I just go down the list... Oh, I'm still there actually, I haven't retired. I've dropped off though, quite dramatically, down to 182 current ability. Still a very good player, but I was very high in the last episode. So I'm just going down, you can see, spot the player that you're supporting or the player that you have on the game, you lucky people. Oh, look at this, Ole Green has completely dropped off, down to 109 current ability. He was once 6 goals in 15 games for Germany, had a decent international career, didn't play a huge number of games, but was pretty good in the games he did play. We've got Terabici, the Polish guy, also dropping off, as has Michael Davies and James Cahill. They've just completely dropped. Some players just do, don't they? That's what happens in real life. Certain players just cannot go the distance with their careers and keep playing forever and ever, whereas others just don't seem to stop playing at the top level. Okay, as always, we're going to go across the list, just look at wages. Oh, Elliot Kelsey now earning 400k a week at PSG. He's moved up in the world. His contract must have gone up, so they keep him for a bit longer, I suppose. Now, the biggest value player is now the goalkeepers, because remember, goalkeepers tend to keep their value longer. If not, they go up when they reach their 30s, simply because that's when they're in their prime as a goalkeeper. Kieran Burke might have another 7 years ahead of him. So he's worth £22 million, a lot more than the second best player, who are both goalkeepers, Springer and Hoover on 15 million. Hernandez is the next as a goalkeeper. The best player, outfield player value-wise, is Leo Johnston, 13.5 million. Then Yuval David, the legendary attacking midfielder. Oh, he's gone to Real Madrid. He was at Juventus for years, but they decided to sign him 2 years ago. 44.5 million for a guy over the age of 30. They obviously trusted him, and he's done the job, to be fair, at Real Madrid, looking at those statistics. We've then got the next 4 goalkeepers. Brian, Mark Paul, Springer and Albrecht, who are all class. Springer's actually dropped off. He's a goalkeeper that has dropped. His ability has dropped to 167. I'm sure it was higher than Mark Paul's at one point, but Mark Paul's actually better than him now. Springer, the Springer fake clone, has certainly become the best English goalkeeper. 112 caps for England now. 191 current ability. So moving on then, world reputation. Ben Kearney has finally reached 5 stars. I'm pleased for him. He's Arsenal captain, England captain, 166 English caps, more than Stephen Wolf Jr. in fact. Caps wise, Elliot Kelsey's still getting caps, 186 caps for England. We've then got the 2 Australians, Ben Savage and Paul Saunders, who are flying up. Has Kim Jong-Pele retired from international duty yet? No, he hasn't. Of course, he's not allowed to retire from international duty. He's going to be playing until the age of 100 if the leaders of North Korea have anything to say about it. And of course, they do. I'm surprised they let him play for Stoke City, but there we go. Loads of players with over 100 caps you can see here. So many. There's very few players that are in there's more players with 100 caps than without 100 caps, I would say. Still, Michael Davies the only player without any caps. Goals wise, I don't think this is going to look any different. Chris Reed 137, Daniel Carter 104. Osborne, is he going to get to 100? I don't know. It's probably a bit of a tough ask for him. 81 goals though. Brilliant stuff. Cesar Sarri, 72 caps. I didn't know he was up there, but he's up there in 4th place. 72 caps for Turkey. All-time appearances. We've got 2 players that have reached 800 all-time club appearances. Stephen Wolf Jr. and Lee Gamble leading the way there. Vestergaard's only 1 off as well. Ben Kearney's only 4. I mean, we're going to have quite a few players reaching 800. Perhaps we'll have some players reaching 1,000 possibly. I don't know, maybe. All-time goals. Vestergaard has reached that 500 mark. 506 goals in 799 games for Vestergaard, who is just an insane player. Someone did ask me if we could look at all-time assists, but there isn't that facility on Football Manager, unfortunately. Come on. This is how much time it takes to load now that I've holidayed into the future. Literally got stuck for 30 seconds. I had to edit that bit out. But you can see here, Golden Ball runner-up. That's a bit of a spoiler. But he's been at PSG since that second season when they signed him from Bayern Munich, and he's repaid them multiple times because the number of goals he scores is just insane. Where was I? Yeah, all-time goals, you can see there. Who hasn't scored a goal in their career? Just the goalkeepers. Everyone else. Egg has managed to score a goal now for his club. 1 goal, as has Callum Bacon with 1 goal. That's fantastic. Your defence is terrified. Moved on to 4 goals. He's playing games, guys. He is playing quite a few games for Houston. I'm so pleased with him. And he's reached 101 caps for his country as well. Finally, he's come good. If we just look at this season, Josh Asquith made the most appearances. Chris Reed with another 60 starts, though, for Real Madrid. It's just what a player. Goals-wise, it was actually Chris Reed again. 47 goals. Top goal scorer. Vestergaard, 45. Paulo Monteiro keeps scoring goals. 37 goals for him. Quite a few players with over 30 goals this season. Kieran Dixon, Selva, Wolf Jr. and me as well. Assists-wise, Lee Gamble once again top of that list. 28 assists for Arsenal this season. He must have retired from international duty years ago because he's been on 52 for ages, I'm sure. Yeah, he retired 4 years ago, so that's why he's not made any more caps for Fiji. Really good player. And average rating wise, Haraldsson got under 8. Slacking. 99 caps for Iceland. Is he going to reach 100? But Lee Gamble and Vestergaard, 8.15 average rating. The top guys on there. So we're now 34 years old. This is where we are going to finish today's episode. But obviously we'll look at everything in detail first of all. Competitions as well, World Golden Ball, that sort of thing. Once we've just had a look down the list of players. So no one has 200 current ability now. The top guys are actually Hernandez, the Mexican goalkeeper, on 199 current ability. 168 caps for Mexico now. And Stephen Wolf Jr. on 199 current ability as well. He has to be the player of the series, surely. I don't see how anyone could. I mean, you might have your personal choices, I guess, but yeah, you can let me know who your player is the series. I guess we'll do that in the next episode, actually. So we'll go down the list as usual. I'll just speed down, scroll, and we'll have a look at all the players. But you'll notice here, 2 more players have retired, so we're down to 107 players now, which will make the extra episode a bit more manageable. 4 less players probably won't make much difference, but obviously I won't be able to look at 4 of those players in detail because they are retired. I will be uploading the save file, the last save file, in the next update, in the main video, in the last video of the series, I guess, because it means you can look at things in a bit more detail. So you can look at the players that have retired, look at their, because I did click keep retirement history. So they should still be on the game, theoretically. I hope so anyway. You can see here, 3 players now have dropped below 100 current ability. They've got old. That's what happens when you get old. They're probably running around the pitch using their Zimmer frames. Still Howardinho, Darko, Kelsey on 400k a week. Lowest wage, we haven't looked at that today. It's actually your defence is terrified at Houston. He may be earning a lot less money now he's moved away from Man United, but at least he's playing football. And that's what he loves. Biggest value is still the goalkeepers. Burke, Hernandez, Spinger and Mark Paul up there. The only players worth over £10 million. A few of the other goalkeepers have actually dropped off that list. Old reputation-wise, Stephen Wolf Jr. the only one with 5 stars this time round. Caps-wise, he's so close to 200. I hope he gets to 200 because that would just be ridiculous. 194 caps for Elliot Kelsey. The English legend still trundling on, 31 goals in 194 games for England. I mean, he's actually spent the majority of his career at PSG. I always remember him at Tottenham, but he was there for 5 seasons before moving to PSG. And his assists record is fantastic, really good average rating as well. Goals wise, Chris Reed's still top. We've not got, I think, Jack Osborne will have retired by now, 82 goals, hasn't moved. Alessandro Selva's moved into 4th place, 75 goals for Italy, being a bit of a behind-the-scenes sort of player in the series. But he's done really well. 129 caps, 75 goals. He's moved to Manchester United quite a few years ago and he's had a very good career. All-time appearances, Stephen Wolf Jr. is so close to 900. Really close. Ben Kearney also getting there. Quite a few players with over 800 appearances, as you can see there. Nick Coover all the way up. If we just look at the lowest, Your Defence is Terrified has reached over 100 all-time appearances for his club, at club level, sorry, and that's because of Houston in the last few years. His average ratings haven't been great, but at least he's getting some game time with Houston in America. If we look at all-time goals, Vestergaard and Paulo Montoya over 500 goals at club level. And Chris Reed isn't far behind. Surely, he's probably going to be the only other player that reaches 500 goals at club level. If we look at this season, Mark Spinger, most appearances playing full Spurs. Felix Arthurt as well, and Elliot Kelsey up there, and Mark Paul as well for Sheffield Wednesday, where he's moved. Goals-wise, Paulo Montoya, top goal scorer, 41 goals this season. He has been superb. I think the first 2 seasons, he wasn't that great. First 3 seasons for Madeira, but ever since moving to Atletico Madrid, he's just scored like 30 goals every season, it seems like. Assist-wise, Elliot Kelsey top this time, 24 assists. And average rating-wise, it was Howardson, he's back at the top, 8.12 average rating. What a superstar. So if we just look at World Golden Ball, World Player of the Year, you can see Vestergaard has won it, but Stephen Wolf Jr. has won it the last 2 years. He's won it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, which is why you can't argue with him being the player of the series, quite simply. He was second as well to Vestergaard in 2029. Then in 2030, Rio Couto second behind Wolf Jr., and Lee Gamble and Marcus Gran second and third place behind Stephen Wolf Jr. World Player of the Year, it's not been a similar story actually. Wolf Jr. has only won it twice. World Player of the Year and World Golden Ball, I don't really know where there's 2 different ones, but I think World Golden Ball represents the Ballon d'Or award. That's what it's meant to anyway. But you can see here, he's not dominated World Player of the Year. Vestergaard actually won it in 2029 with Marcus Gran second. Rio Couto won this award for his second time. Stephen Wolf Jr. was actually third in this competition. And then Lee Gamble won it in 2031. Brilliant achievement for Fiji as a country. And Stephen Wolf Jr. second, and Marcus Gran third. He's done really well on this, actually, Marcus Gran. So let's look at World Team of the Year for the last 2 years. You can see, once again, our goalkeepers just aren't getting into this team. Haraldson, Daniel Jordan, Junior Scorpo is in there, Gamble, Gran, Vestergaard, Wolf Jr., Springer is on the bench rather than Spinger. Chris Reed, I'm on the list as well, which I'm pleased with, and Ben Kearney. Then 2 seasons ago, Spinger, goalkeeper of the year. Well, he's in the World Team of the Year, so I guess he's goalkeeper of the year. Kearney, Jordan, Kuto. We've got Vestergaard and Wolf Jr. in there, and that's it. I suppose the players are getting old now. Haraldson was in this year's one, as was Jordan, Kelsey, Gran, Alex Williams, Lee Gamble, Stephen Wolf Jr., Arthur, Chris Reed, Broderick, Kearney, and Vestergaard as well. Let's just have a look at a few other things, like top clubs in the world by reputation. You can see their finances. Chelsea leading the way with Spurs, Arsenal, Man United, and Man City. Then it's Benfica. QPR, 8th richest club in the world. Have we had any more World Cups? I can't really remember. Portugal won it in 2030, beating Australia in the final. We've got a couple Australians in there, haven't we? But Portugal beat Australia. We can't see that final, unfortunately. But Portugal, we've got Rui Couto. Is that it? I think he's the only player. Did we see this already? I can't actually remember, to be honest. Let's just go back. Yeah, Wait, which year was the World Cup? It was this year, 2030. So we haven't seen this yet. But Rui Couto didn't score. Did he score at all in this competition? He did. He scored against Scotland, where Kieran Dixon also managed to score. Portugal also won the Euros. We saw this already. They beat Greece in the final. There's going to be another Euro competition this summer. Champions League-wise, Man United have won the last 3 Champions Leagues in a row. So quite a few of our players have managed to win 3 in a row. They've also won it 3 times previous to this on this save. They beat PSG, Man City and Bayern Munich in the finals. If we go down to Euro Cup, Barcelona have won 2 of the last 3. Liverpool was sandwiched in the middle there. So quite a few of our players managing to pick up the Euro Cup as well. So let's finish it by looking at the English Premier League and all the other divisions. You can see Man City ran away with the league this season, 6 points ahead of Arsenal. Brentford, West Brom, Leicester getting relegated. You can see Arsenal managed to win the 2 previous league titles. Interestingly, Man United, they've won the league, the Champions League 6 times, but they've only actually won the league twice on this. Now we've only seen Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United and Man City win the league on this save. It's been pretty boring, to be honest. I was top goal scorer this season. Brilliant stuff from me. I've dropped off a bit as a player, but I'm still scoring goals, which is great to see. I've only got 2 goals in 94 games for Mongolia, though. I suppose they don't really play many games. I did retire 4 years ago from international duty, so I wish I'd got to 100 caps. That would have been nice. Let's look at the Ladbrokes Premiership next this time. Celtic dominating, nothing new, pretty boring stuff. Kieran Dixon, joint top goal scorer. I'm not even sure we have any players playing in Portugal now, but here's the Portuguese Premier League anyway. Benfica have been dominating. This is La Liga. You can see Sam Magari, top goal scorer, ahead of Paulo Monteiro this season. Real Madrid have dominated for the last 9 years or 10 years, something like that. This is Ligue 1. We've got Messi Lionel. I didn't realise he moved to PSG. I just want to have a look at this. PSG have not won every single year now. We'll have a look at it in a second. But you can see Messi Lionel was moved to PSG for 5.25 million and had his best goal scoring season yet, I think. 40 goals. So they must have been playing him as a striker. What a remarkable player this guy is. I just want to see his current ability. It has dropped off down to 178. But he's still a very good player. He's retired from international duty 5 seasons ago. But you can see here, PSG did not win the league every single season. Lyon finally won it in 2030. PSG have not dominated every single season, which is good to see. I'm pleased at last they've managed to fall away, but only for 1 season. So Serie A, we've had a mixture of teams in recent years. Juventus have dominated mainly, but you can see Roma did manage to win the league once again in 2031. Not sure how many of our players are playing in Italy now, if any, I don't know. And we finish with the German First Division, which Bayern Munich have won nearly every single year. They've won the last 3. Wolfsburg have been runners-up in the last 3. I don't know if we've got many players. We've got Ruddy, player of the match, 3rd place. Brendan Bryan still playing for Bayern Munich as well. So there's a few players still playing in Germany, but not a huge number. So thanks for watching today's emulating Messi video. Like I said, I'm going to do an extra video in a couple hours where I will just go down the list of players and look at them in a bit more detail, and that's probably going to be the last one. Unfortunately, 4 players will not feature in that because they've now retired, but that's the way it is. I will upload the save in the last video of this series for you guys to load up, and you can have a look at things in a bit more detail if you're interested. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you very soon.